Hi everyone, welcome back to Tango Tasters. I'm going to be looking at doing some work with PowerPoints today in a way that hopefully will allow you to use the existing resources you've got and perhaps implement them in a new way. This all came from me being at the Yorkshire Wildlife Park this week, so alongside being able to play some animals, what we're trying to do is take something that might seem otherwise quite linear, maybe quite 2D in effect, and manipulate them into a sort of Tango environment. To do that, what we're going to do is start with a blank canvas, go to Content, go to File. I'm going to go and grab one of my old example session PowerPoints. Specifically, I'm going to bring in one that I used to teach in college, which was planning a response to an exam question. A little dry, to say the least. And going through it in Tango, I can go through it in the same way as I would do with a PowerPoint, but it is quite wordy. And although I can do stuff around it, what I want to be able to do first this time is by pressing and holding on the PowerPoint, I can split all pages. And when I do, it's going to populate everything that was in this PowerPoint, which I no longer need, and place them along the top of the workspace. I'm going to go to Layout, I'm going to go to Grid, and it's going to show every element of that PowerPoint. And you can see, just by looking at it now, there are a couple of things that I've tried to, affect the PowerPoint with and make it a bit more lively. But within Tango, it's going to come through as a 2D image. So, if you want to work on one page like this and just resize as you go, that's how you do it. But you might want to do a number of pages. You might only want certain pages from it. The way I'd do that would be to go to Pages itself and duplicate the entire page. Even though you're taking everything from here and putting it onto a page 2, it effectively means that if I go back to page 1, I could theoretically take all these and get rid of them. Yeah? By the time I go to page 2, they're back again, and I could potentially get rid of these ones. And it would allow me to use individuals from parts of the slides I want to use. What I'm going to do today though is by bringing that back in again, so if I go and bring that exact same PowerPoint in, I specifically want to work from not just the whole, but I want to look at the production element of it. We're going to talk about audience institutions, not something you really need to talk about particularly, but press and hold and split only this page, I get that out of it. I also want to take out the explanation to that. So press and hold it and split only this page, and I'm going to get that as well. To do that, those two things are the things I need. We're going to be looking at then audience institution. So rather than again going through that and trying to explain our institution, I'm going to go to Content. I'm going to go to some stuff that I've already brought in. Picture an audience and picture an institution. If you wanted to, you could search for different elements in the search bar and bring them live in. But for now, I want to use that as my institution banner, and I want to use this part as my audience element. So the questions that are linked to this, saying stuff like an IMAX camera. In what way would an IMAX camera affect an audience? In what way would an IMAX camera affect an institution? Basically, how might Warner Brothers use it and why? So from their perspective, I might need a bit of a picture like the camera itself. And I might bring this in around to say, well, this is what the camera would look like. What elements of this do you feel would be relevant to Warner Brothers? And as I move this back and forth, I could have learners who are collaborating with the screen to send me answers, and we can start putting them under the right area. Or I could annotate the answers into something like this. We could write them on the specific part of the audience picture. And by doing that, hopefully create a much more vibrant scene that hopefully should allow learners to visually remember as much as just having to write stuff down and take notes on it. So it's not just a piece of kit for what we might think of as younger years by having all these flashy images and all these lovely lights and videos working together. It could be that we actually take something quite heavy and make it into something quite remembering. It's not even a word, sorry. Quite engaging and effective that way. If you've been using PowerPoints with Tango, please get in touch with us. We'd like to see how you guys are manipulating your images and your files, because of course the more we know, the more we can help you and the more we can share ideas between us. That's it for another Tango Taster.